Hello everyone, welcome to Moroccan Oil Online Education. My name is Tom Kuhn and I'm excited to share this education with you. I'm the CEO and founder of Kuhnity, and for the past 10 plus years we've been helping businesses and individuals experience a greater level of financial prosperity and success through our education, coaching, and visual thinking tools. We're thrilled to be partnering with Moroccan Oil Online Education to bring you the two most important numbers to drive growth. I've been immersed in the professional beauty industry now for about 30 years. And one of the greatest things about our industry is that for the most part, this is an industry where most of you can create your own paycheck. There are very few ceilings in professional beauty. You could certainly point out differences in compensation and such, but at the end of the day, there's a huge opportunity to write your own paycheck. The amount of money you make in professional beauty is largely under your control. Yet many in this industry struggle financially, and there's this image that gets glorified sometimes of the starving artist. Over the years, I've had countless people tell me, I don't care about the numbers, I just want to do hair. So many right-brained creative professionals resist or even resent the numbers. There's a myth that if you focus on the numbers, you'll be less creative. This is Jeffrey, and he had signed up for that myth. A crazy, talented master stylist when we met. He had really just hit the ceiling financially in his business and was struggling to see his way to greater prosperity. He had even resisted and even resented looking at numbers because he truly felt that focusing on them would take his focus away from his creativity, from his craft. I'll tell you more about Jeffrey a little bit. Another myth about numbers is many in the professional beauty industry feel like they don't apply to me. It's not my job to worry about the numbers. It's my job to just do hair. But hey, if you want financial prosperity, if you want to grow your business and your income, you have to look at the numbers. There's a saying in this business that nothing happens until something is sold. I used to be turned off by that saying, but I've come to terms with it over the years and come to realize that if you want it, you have to measure it. If you can't, won't, or don't measure it, forget about it. There's no denying the importance of numbers when you're talking about your current or future prosperity. Another myth about the numbers is that they're confusing, overwhelming, or boring. And you know, that's not always a myth. Sometimes that's just how the numbers are presented. One of the questions we ask in our program is, what is your relationship with numbers? Are they helping you or are they hurting you? I get it. A lot of people struggle with math and numbers. I've read many places that at least 50% of Americans suffer from some sort of math or numbers anxiety. I also read that 30% of people would rather clean their bathroom than do a math equation. Yet people who regularly record results are nearly 50% more likely to progress than those that don't. Part of the problem in professional beauty is that we often get stuck in the trap of measuring too many numbers or sometimes simply measuring the wrong numbers. Confusion's rampant. There are so many different theories on what numbers to look at to grow your business. Sometimes in the professional beauty industry, there's this obsessive measurement of productivity or productivity per hour, retail per client, or new client retention, etc. And they're all made to seem vitally important, but not all actually correlate to higher sales. I was brought into one company once where the team was accountable to measure and drive 27 different numbers. They really didn't have the ability to drive or grow any of these numbers successfully because there's just too many of them. They needed to simplify, and they needed to look at and measure only things that truly had an impact on the company, the individuals within the business, and the clients. Simplicity requires courage. Many people are afraid to simplify. There's this fear of missing out, that if we don't measure everything, we'll miss something. Simplicity boils down to two steps: identify the essential and eliminate the rest. So when it comes to numbers and to driving growth in your business, what is truly essential? My desire to establish this was really born out of a personal frustration. I really struggled with this early in my career. I thought more numbers were better, and yet my big frustration as the co-owner of a very successful salon company was that every area of the business was looking at different numbers. Every area thought their numbers were the most important, but none of them really overlapped. It wasn't cohesive. No one was looking at the same numbers or in the same way, and everyone was on a different page. It was no one's fault, but it was a huge issue. I was determined to come down to one or two numbers that everyone in the company could pay attention to and that everyone could impact. And that was the birth of what we now call two-number growth. At the time, I had no idea how powerful this concept would be, as thousands of individuals and businesses have embraced two-number growth and found a new level of simplicity and clarity that ultimately resulted in making more money, having more financial peace, and the ability to do what they love and have a great quality of life. The two most important numbers to drive in your business are, drum roll, client count, and average ticket. It's the number of times a client comes into your business and the amount of money they spend while they're in the business. Mathematically, they're the only two numbers that when you multiply them together, they equal total sales, so they both have equal weight. And these two numbers are not just about making more money, they're also about making a greater impact, impacting a greater amount of people and having a higher impact in each interaction. Now, the company I told you about earlier that was measuring 27 different numbers, when they realized there was really only two numbers that were vital and the rest was secondary, everything changed. We literally have hundreds of people who have made major transformations and are making a great living just by focusing on these two numbers, client count and average ticket. If you fix your focus on increasing these two numbers, seeing more clients and increasing the average a client spends with you, you'll increase your total sales and you'll increase your income. Now let's circle back to Jeffrey. After taking our Plan to Prosper program and learning about two-number growth, Jeffrey said, Qnity really honors the artistry and the technical side of the craft. I didn't feel as if I had to choose one or the other, and I'm totally reaping the benefits. Jeffrey sold 30,000 in retail that year, and he still booked out months in advance and charges top dollar for his services. His growth allowed him to become the education director of his company and to become a platform artist. When I caught up with Jeffrey, he told me financial success is always pleasing, Tom, but personal accomplishment and going to bed at night knowing that I'm living up to my full potential means everything. Now, there are some key levers that impact client count and average ticket. At Qnity, we call them the drivers. For client count, the three most important drivers are pre-booking, retention, and referrals. For average ticket, the drivers are products, add-ons, and pricing. Make an impact on one of these drivers and you'll make an impact on your average ticket or client count. Client count and average ticket have very different time frames. Let me explain. Action that you take today to increase client count, for example, pre-booking a client, asking for a referral, or doing something to retain a loyal client, you won't see in your sales today, but you're planting the seed for future income. Average ticket's very different. You can turn an ordinary day into an extraordinary day through more add-ons, upgrades, and helping the clients to purchase products to duplicate their look at home. Now, what's awesome about two-number growth is that you're always focused on growth and are better able to withstand seasonal dips. During the pandemic reopening period and during the 2008 recession, client count went down, but average ticket surged. So growth came from average ticket. On the other hand, during very busy periods, your client count may surge, but your average ticket may lag due to less time for add-ons and upgrades. So client count and average ticket are a perfect complement to each other. Now, at the end of the day, growth and financial prosperity in this business is very simple. You just need to measure client count, which is how many clients you see, and average ticket, which is how much client spends when they see you. Now, here's some more keys to success and other things to keep in mind about making simplicity and two-number growth the driving force for a new and positive relationship with the numbers, with the aim to fuel your higher success. We break two-number growth down into very simple structure: track, target, and drive. Track weekly, drive daily, and reset your targets every 13 weeks. We've created visual dashboards based upon two-number growth. Now let's think of the dashboard on your car for a while. Your car dashboard has several different indicators, but you're not always paying attention to everything in your dashboard because you need to see the road in front of you, right? But there's two things on your car dashboard you never lose track of. Take a moment to guess. What are the two things on your car's dashboard you never lose track of? Gas and speed, right? I want you to think of client count and average ticket as your gas and speed. You're always aware of them. It doesn't mean that you don't pay attention to other things in your business, just like you need to be aware of other things on your car dashboard, but they're secondary. Remember, two-number growth has actionable drivers. Client count and average ticket each have 3 drivers to each. On the two-number growth dashboard, the drivers are off to the side for your reference and reminder. Two-number growth also allows for success to come from very small steps. For many in professional beauty, it only takes between 2 and 5 more clients per week to have double-digit growth. For you leaders and coaches out there, two-number growth is perfect. Your staff is craving simplicity. Too many owners and managers overcomplicate things and base their coaching on overly detailed and confusing spreadsheets that don't speak to the individual, especially a creative right-brain professional that just wants to do hair. We have a saying at Kuhn: the biggest fan of a spreadsheet is the creator of that particular spreadsheet. Spreadsheets aren't bad and they're necessary, but they need to be put in their proper place. The job of a coach is to help individuals reach their hopes and dreams and to give them a plan and a path. You're able to do that with two-number growth and other tools to pull out of them what really matters to the individual. Remember, confusion kills confidence. Simplicity creates confidence, and confidence drives success. Two-number growth is the perfect solution to that, as thousands have discovered. I hope this information made an impact on you and it will help you grow your business and experience a greater level of financial success and prosperity. Until next time.